Hello everybody, welcome back to today's server review video. Today we are checking out mc.lolpvp.net. Thank you to the owner for reaching out to me about reviewing the server, very much appreciated. So why don't we just get straight into it. So when I joined the server, I had a CAPTCHA thing pop up. That's always cool. The only thing I would say about that is you have 15 seconds before you're automatically kicked. What I would personally do is expand that to more about 35 to even a minute. And I think that could work out a little bit better, just so you don't get kicked immediately when you join the server. But that's just my personal opinion. You can kind of set it to whatever you want. Another thing is you can kind of see there's an extra space between this announcement right here. I know it's a little small. I don't know why it's a little small. I think Badline's newest update just completely messed my chat formatting up. But there is an extra space between your username and everything else. All of that good stuff. The owner is very nice. He just welcomed us to the server and everything, so that's really cool. Keep up the good work with that. Using a personal touch to things is always a good idea, because it's just overall it makes everything really nice when you have a personal touch to the server when you have people joining. But in terms of your spawn point, what I would say here is for sure redo these signs. Now personally, I never like using signs inside of my servers, just because of the way they look. So here, yes, the text is all here, and all of that, but like, it doesn't look that, like, I don't know the definition of the word I'm trying to look for. It doesn't look that welcoming to the people and that clear to the people. So you're not using bold letters, you're not using color codes or anything, even on the signs. It's literally just the default, no color, just default text letters. But when you use holograms or some sort of GUI system, then you get more of a player-friendly type setup. So you could do general tips like as a big hologram, then have signs underneath it, or you could even just do individual holograms for each one, or you can make like a GUI menu when you do /help, rather than just having the default one that opens up a whole different like help menu /info, something like that, just to give it a little bit more player interactive side of things. I think it would look quite good if you did that, but that again is kind of a cosmetic thing, because at the time you don't need it, but it would be nice to have. And you have like the how to play thing, which is pretty cool. So you got /team, you got votes, you got lol kits. So I have a present in my inventory, a starter chest. I like how you've done that. Ooh, very nice. I like how you've done that. What I would do is, you're also having an extra space, and to get yours now at your store link, I would just put a get rid of that extra space there. Also realized I'm on my wrong account, but that's all right. But you know, it's just, I would just make those cosmetic changes mainly just to your hub. Your hub does have a nice decoration, and you can see it just goes off there, and I'm guessing it's survival just by the look of things and just by the look of how you play and stuff. It's just pretty much classic survival, and you run around and do things. In terms of your tab list, it's very clean and nice. The only thing I would say with this is make sure it fits your server colors. So whatever your server colors are, like in chat you have the bright blue, no bold or anything, you have that on your username up in the tab list. But what I would do is make sure you have a single server color and then kind of go off from there. So if you have one server color that's kind of like blue, make most of the messages blue, including your essentials chats and everything. Just make most of them blue, and I think it's kind of blue considering most of your essentials messages are blue. So I would go ahead and kind of figure that out, mainly because you want everything to kind of look the same in a way, and you want everything to kind of fit together really well, and that's one way to do it. I've also activated a booster box for 1 hour. So what I would do with that booster box, you have an extra space between the 4 and 1 there. What I would do with the booster box is, because I got my mod rate multipliers and stuff, with you also have extra spaces in those messages, is I didn't get like a notification to confirm that I wanted to use it or something, so I would for sure add a confirmation box to that to make sure you get your players wanting to use those. Alright, so we're going to do /LOL kits, and we're going to go ahead and check out that. So you have the Hulk kits or /clear effects. So what I would personally do with this is I would make this a GUI rather than a chat format type thing, mainly because it's easier for players to click GUIs, it's easier for them to use them, and it's easier to get set up with all of that. So that's what I would personally do with that. You're also having a few space issues in these messages. So my main thing so far has been just the space issues in messages. Make sure that's mostly the cosmetic changes, like holograms rather than signs, stuff like that. But it does seem like you have a decent player base on, which is terrific. Having any players on your server is a real good starting point. Just keep building those up. I know you mentioned to me on Discord that you do like vote rewards and stuff for payouts. That's a terrific way to get players. You should continue doing that. Do more competitions. Maybe do a building competition and give store credit or something as a reduce or something. Do /FPS to boost your in-game stuff. FPS Helter. Oh, this is cool. So that's something really cool and unique about this. You can actually toggle what all your stuff looks like. That's really cool. So keep up the good work with that one. That's actually something really cool, which I really enjoy, is servers who use these unique features. Like some other, I don't know a lot of survival servers that let you toggle what you want for your FPS. I cannot speak today. So that's actually really cool. So I like how you've done that. Keep up the good work with that. What I would personally do is make sure that if you're going to be disabling /help/plugins, what you're doing with that is you're actually should be using like a full type of help menu that either pops up or is in chat. Replace that with your like /about your /pl. Make sure that you're using those types of additions to the server to just make sure players know exactly what to do and all of that stuff. Also, I know you can't hear this on the video because I have my Minecraft sounds disabled on the video, but every time one of these announcements comes in, you should be not really pinging them unless they want it to. So what I would do is add a /settings, add something like that allows players to toggle what they want to hear in the server. Should there be a scoreboard? Should there be a tab list? Should there be announcement sounds? Whatever you want to toggle. I've done this in a few of my videos, and I'm going to do a coding tutorial on one of them in the future, and we're going to figure all that out. But what you should do is add settings for all of those. If the setting is disabled for sound, hey, there's no sound. Stuff like that should just be added. I don't know what this underplays. Under here, it looks like this should be like an extra spawn point, but you really don't have anything set up under here. So what I would do is either close this off or add decorations, maybe a treasure hunt or something to your hub, just so it makes it a little bit nicer. And I do think this is also not bungee cord. It looks like it is, yeah, so it's not bungee cord. So it says type /help or /lol for help. So I'm going to do /lol. Okay, so there's your LOL command, so that would have been good to see. So you should probably have that somewhere as well, just to make sure people know how to type that. You have extra spaces in a lot of these messages, along with, oh, you can do /kitGUI. Ah, wow, that would have been useful to know. So what I would do personally is make sure that kitGUI actually opens up when you do /kit or /kits or whatever you do. Make sure that opens up automatically because sometimes it may open up, sometimes it may not, and it just depends on that. Also, you have mobs spawning in your spawn point. I would also make sure that you disable PvP with mobs even coming in here, or even using ender pearls and stuff in spawn. You should never be able to use those in spawn regardless of whatever your game mode is. So I would disable spawn points, disable ender pearl usage, all of that stuff here in the spawn point would probably work out quite well. Alright, so we've done that. I want to see if there's like a shop or something. Let's do /lol, see what we can do. /redeem allows you to use the books, legendary items, plots, updates, prices, stuff like that. You don't seem to have an auction or anything. So what I would do is, along with your /lol command, make sure you have multiple like locations to get help on the server, either GUI, NPCs, stuff like that, just to make it a little bit more user-friendly. It would be the best way of putting it. Also, it does seem like you have these cool custom landscapes every once in a while out here, which is really cool. I'm guessing this is for some arena or game mode of some sort, probably King of the Hill if I'm thinking correctly by what this looks like here. So that is pretty cool. Oh, it's so outpost, so you can actually capture that. Same with the spaces in the messages, and just make sure your messages don't have extra spaces or anything. But what I would for sure do is add some type of scoreboard, some type of system for getting players to realize where they are currently, maybe like wilderness or spawn or shop or whatever you want to do. Just make sure you have that system set up so they know where they are. They know if they can build or they can destroy blocks where they are. So I'm guessing I'm out here in survival now, so I can just break any blocks. See, I can't break blocks here yet, so there should be some way of knowing where I am. So I would put a scoreboard personally, or even just edit your tab list to have your location or something along the lines of that, just to make sure you know exactly where you are and exactly where you're going and how far you actually have to go to start building. So here it looks like I'm outside of that spawn point, so I can build anywhere around here now, but I wasn't able to spawn just over the hill. So what I would for sure do is make sure you have that spawn point set up and that stuff going well. So it does seem like you have a pretty nice loading in. I don't have any chunk issues or anything like that, so keep up the good work with that. Having good performance on your server is always a bonus. That thing's going to explode. Sorry, creeper. So yeah, so just good job with your performance. I'm not noticing any issues. I have a very OP sword, but is that like, durability? Okay, so that's cool. You're listening to durability and all that stuff, which is really cool. I don't know if that's default Minecraft or just something you've added, but either way, that's cool. I clearly have not played this in a while. But overall, it seems like you have a very nice server. I'm guessing I can do /spawn to go to spawn, 5 seconds. Same with your spaces in the messages. Just fix those spaces in the messages, and I think that will work well. You have warp, so why don't we warp to PvP? Let's try going to PvP. Error time before next teleport, 3 seconds. Same with the spaces there. I would for sure limit that teleportation time if you're in spawn. So if you're in spawn, it's an instant teleport or something. Okay, PvP has spawned me directly into combat with these types. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do at all. There's a head down here. Alright, I got a head. Okay, I got the owner's head. Interesting. So yeah, my main thing would be limit that time for movement on PvP. Also make sure you're not spawned in and immediately like attacked like that. Make sure mobs aren't spawning. If it's supposed to be player versus player PvP, make sure to have that. If it's supposed to be what's it called? If it's supposed to be like player versus enemy PvP, make sure you have a safe zone and stuff like that. So it does seem like you have a shop over here. What I would do is I would make sure this is automatically at /shop or anything, because if you don't have it when you're doing /shop or something, players aren't going to know where it is. It's /warp baller shop. So these are like your OP items, all your stuff you can buy if you have all the money in the game. Same thing kind of with holograms here. Replace the signs with holograms. Maybe make, I know some shop plugins allow you to do like an item floating above rather than having all the signs and items and item frames and stuff. So I personally up and get that going because okay, I'm not permitted to leave this area, so what I would do as well is just maybe make that border over there on the edge there so you can still walk up around the room rather than just being teleported back at the location you're currently at. But yeah, so it seems like you have this pretty well set up. Let's see what your other ocean plot, let's go to your ocean plot and see what that's about before we wrap this up. So yeah, instant teleport for spawn, fixes and cosmetic type things, chat messages, holograms will really help out quite a lot. Show off how you're and build the best plot on the server, but to buy a plot, stand in a open plot and type low plot. Fill land is open, type that. Oh, so you are literally in the middle of the ocean. I guess I'll type /plot, or what was the command, /pl? Where is it? /lol plot. Okay, /lol plot. Buy. Cannot afford a plot. It costs $100 million or whatever that is. Okay, so what I would personally do is, in terms of plots, is make sure you have the ability to either give like a very small plot or something to new players who join your server. You obviously have a lot of plots here, and a lot of people will be probably building here once they have enough money. But if they don't have enough money, I personally would give them a little location to start building, or just make it like a tutorial on how you can get that by building up your money over time, so players don't feel turned off because they can't actually build or do anything like that. It looks like I saw another command over here I wanted to check out real quick. You can have up to 3 plots. Each plot costs $10 million. Check if the plot is opened by /RGI. You don't have permission, so make sure you have permission for RGI. It seems like it does work if you're in a plot, but not if you're outside of one. That may just be an error message bug or something there with the plugin. But overall, it does seem like it's working quite well. It seems like all of that. I would also add the amount of money you have like you can do /bal or /money, but add that to your tab list, add that to your scoreboard. What if you add one? Stuff like that would be very helpful. Also disable like ender pearls in these areas. I think that would be very helpful for the server side stuff. But overall, very nice job on your server. Keep up the good work with it. Hopefully you can continue growing your player list, continue growing all the people on your server. I think that would help out quite a lot. And I'm happy to be back in server reviews. I'm happy to come back on the server as well. The owner just messaged me saying I have /Hulk, which I will take a look. You achieved the Hulk kit. Oh, so that gives you like cool effects and stuff. That's really cool. I really like that. So keep up the good work with that stuff. If you do, another thing with kits is I would just make sure that you are clear to the players what they're getting with the kits before you give them to it. So maybe make a kit preview. I think you have that in your kit GUI and stuff like that, but just make sure you have those kit previews because it would work out really well for the players if they are able to know exactly what they're doing and exactly how it works. So just keep up the good work with this. Have fun with it. Make sure you're doing this out of passion and wanting to keep growing. That's the most important thing. But I hope to be back in the future and hopefully can continue growing your server. So thank you for inviting me, and I'll see you in the next video in 2 days, everyone.